Aimed at enhancing India's semiconductor ecosystem, Prime Minister Narendra Modi to participate in second day of Semicon India 2025 conference inaugurated by him on Tuesday. The three-day conference witnessing participants from over 48 countries, over 150 speakers, including over 50 global leaders and more than 350 exhibitors. The initiative focused on advancing a robust, resilient and sustainable semiconductor ecosystem in India. It features sessions on the progress of Semicon India program, semiconductor fab and advanced packaging projects, infrastructure readiness, smart manufacturing, innovations in R&D and artificial intelligence, investment opportunities, state-level policy implementation, among others. Earlier on Tuesday, Prime Minister Modi said that India will hold a significant share in the global semiconductor market, which is expected to surpass $1 trillion in the coming years. DD India's Raghav Kumar Jha looks at the semiconductor ecosystem in India, which can prove to be a catalyst in making the nation self-reliant and globally competitive in this sector.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday received India's first indigenous semiconductor chip at the inauguration of Semicon India 2025 in New Delhi. In his inaugural address, Prime Minister said the global semiconductor market is projected to cross $1 trillion in the coming years. And with the speed at which India is advancing, the country will secure a significant share of this market.
आज सेमीकंडक्टर्स का ग्लोबल मार्केट $600 बिलियन तक पहुंच रहा है और अगले कुछ साल में ये $1 ट्रिलियन को भी पार कर जाएगा। और मुझे विश्वास है भारत जिस तेजी से सेमीकंडक्टर सेक्टर में आगे बढ़ रहा है, इस $1 ट्रिलियन मार्केट शेयर में एक अहम हिस्सा भारत का रहने वाला है।
Let us have a quick look at the semiconductor program in India and its share in the global market. Semicon India program was launched in the country in 2021. By 2023, India's first semiconductor plant had been approved. In 2024, several other plants received approval, and in 2025, 5 additional projects were cleared. Now India has 10 approved semiconductor projects across 6 states involving an investment of over $18 billion. Global semiconductor market has already reached $600 billion, and in the coming years, it is expected to surpass $1 trillion. India contributes 20% of the world's semiconductor design talent. As per industry estimates, the size of the Indian semiconductor market in 24-25 was $45 to $50 billion. The market in India is expected to reach $100 to $110 billion by 2030. Industry leaders have hailed India's growing role and said that India is laying the foundation of a resilient semiconductor ecosystem.
With the progress India have made in the last few years, entering semiconductor and becoming a strong country for semiconductor manufacturing makes a lot of sense.
So this is excellent steps. Progress is being made, evidence is seen, and now the future is for us to take.
Customers are here in India. We want to be able to support them, to support the growth trajectory that we have here in India, the Modi's law of exponential growth. We want to be here to be able to support that.
The speed with which India is moving ahead in this sector, developing semiconductor parks across the country with access to a skilled worker pool. The day seems not far away when, in the words of Prime Minister Modi, the world will say, designed in India, made in India and trusted by the world. Raghav Kumar Jha reports for DD India.
All right, and DD India's Akshay Dongre joins us from New Delhi on this story. Hi Akshay, a very good morning. Akshay, PM Modi will participate in the second day of Semicon India 2025 conference. What more details do you have on this event?
Well, Siddharth, it's quite refreshing to see, especially when it comes to such an advanced sector of manufacturing, that Prime Minister Narendra Modi not only yesterday visited here, listened to all the leaders from the industry, from the ministry, He sat there, he came early, but he still spent a lot of time, listening to the views and opinions of the leaders in the sector, not just from India, but from across the world. And this is his second consecutive day. Now, remembering Prime Minister has just come from Japan and China's visit. And, the very next day, Prime Minister was here yesterday in the Semicon India 2025 for the inauguration. And now, tomorrow, we'll see, a lot more enthusiasm and participation from the industry. But for today, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is making a second consecutive visit where he's going to meet the industry leaders, meet the innovators, meet the MSME sectors in the semicon industry and other areas as well. So he'll be personally going and interacting with the semiconductor leaders at their stalls today. So, we can expect a lot of conversations between the Prime Minister of the country and the leaders in the semicon industry, especially the startups that are coming in, the MSME organizations that are coming in. So it is going to be quite refreshing, and it seems that India is getting an unprecedented push for the semiconductor mission that we have been seeing in the works in the last 1 year. In fact, tomorrow the leaders from Singapore are going to be here. The Prime Minister will be here, and we remembering President Prime Minister Modi when he visited Singapore, his major emphasis was on semiconductor. So it seems that all of these meetings and all of these arrivals and bilateral visits along with Semicon India is going to give a major boost to India's semicon industry, and the target that has been set of about $100 billion industry by 2030 may be achieved even before that.
Definitely, Akshay. Akshay, semiconductors are also called the brain of modern electronics. Tell us a bit about its applications and India's approach to become a semiconductor powerhouse.
Well, Siddharth, Prime Minister said it in very apt manner that oil was black gold, but these semiconductor chips are digital diamonds. And what essentially means by that is Prime Minister's focus on semiconductor is also there because everything that we use, from mobile phones to the high-tech equipment, from cars to even rockets, every machinery that is advanced in nature when it comes to digital technology that is involved in it. Semiconductor is an inalienable part of a digital infrastructure. It is in fact the core and can be considered the soul of all the digital transformation that are taking place around the world. So, a country like India that has a population of, over 140 crore people, over 1.4 billion people, that is, driving change, that is growing fast. Without the semiconductors and a robust semiconductor industry, that growth is going to be limited. So, Prime Minister's focus is to remove that barrier by, making India itself a semiconductor hub.
Akshay, you're covering this event and there are several stalls there, and I'm sure, did you have a word with the people there who were having their own stalls there, especially the foreign nationals? What are they saying? What are they saying about India's approach towards semiconductor and the collaboration between their country and India as far as semiconductor is concerned?
Well, Siddharth, I spoke to many of the leaders in the semicon industry, and they all are elated about the fact that Prime Minister is taking a very, very personal interest in the semicon industry. Now, if the leader of your country takes a lot of interest in the in any particular field, there is a lot of enthusiasm and confidence in the industry. So the industry seems quite confident, and it seems that we are going to see a lot of positive results in the upcoming days. Back to you, Siddharth.
All right, we won't take much of your time, Akshay. We leave it there. Thank you so much.